Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. You're in the right place. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, Ace of Wands. This is inspiration. You are someone with a vision, right? You have an inspiration in you. There's something burning in your heart right now. It feels like this is a central focus, that you're somebody who, when you really get fired up about something, you are just focused, concentrated, right? You got the blinders on and everything about you is going in that direction, yeah. I think you're somebody that has a lot of good ideas, though, honestly. And not every idea we have is a good one. Not every idea we have comes to fruition, right? But I think that you sort of know when it's a big idea or just a little maybe sort of idea. No, this feels like the big one. This feels like the thing you want to commit to. You know, you're really fired up about something. Yeah. Let's see what it is. If this is a new path, maybe. If this is some sort of innovation, some sort of invention. If this is just the one day you wake up and you caught this travel bug and you're just ready to go start a new life somewhere, you know. Let's put it into some context. Let's see what's going on here. This is a lot of really, really good energy. Let's see maybe where it's coming from and where it's going. You got that devil energy, go with it. That's perfect. Because if this is the energy, this is the engine that the energy needs. Okay? It has to be put into something. This is the energy that's going to climb that mountain. Right? This is the ambition. This is, that's the goat, right? That's the mountain goat. We've got the death card underneath everything. We've got a Queen of Cups. And 9, nice. That's the mountain. That's you actively climbing the mountain, right? The goat is climbing that mountain with the fuel of that spiritual light within you, climbing the mountain, and that's success. Whatever's coming next is just sort of the byproduct of your efforts, okay? But this is the success. That's you climbing. That is you having this inspiration and utilizing it, right? And we got a 7 of Wands. Well, it wasn't as climactic as I thought, but a 7 of Wands is okay too, because it is showing that this is something worth doing. In other words, it's going to be hard, right? So it's going to be worth it. If it was too easy, I think you'd get bored. I think you wouldn't really care so much about it. You don't want it to be easy. You want it to be challenging. You want to have to use your effort. You want to feel your muscles pushing against something, you know? You don't go to the gym and just like lift air, you know? You want something heavy. You want to feel that you're flexing, right? That's the 7 of Wands. You're flexing, okay? We got an 8 of Wands. We've got the Universe. We've got a nice Queen of Pentacles and a Princess of Wands. That's so cool. The Princess of Wands as the final outcome here. This is, that's really cool. It could be the next big idea for you. It could be that you have this inspiration, and this is the whole process you go through before you let it rip, before you just hit the ground running, right? So you might be going through now, I got to catch my breath. There's a lot of fire energy going on here, a lot of inspiration. It really feels like a very animated time in your life. Let's do things properly. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And it's going to go right here. with Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. This is a bonus reading for you. This is a special edition update. It doesn't take the place of your usual readings, okay? I don't know why. I felt like there's something you needed to know right now, you know? And as we look around the room, I kind of see that to be true. I feel like this is an inspiration that you're sort of waking up with this fire underneath you, right? And we've got major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. In order for you to have the ambition that you need here, we have to recycle some energy of something that you were doing previously, okay? The death card in this case, I think, is sort of reclaiming some energy in your life that you can devote to this new thing. And if you do that, there's no limit to how far you can go. You know, the summit of the mountain is wherever you decide to stop, okay? And that's pretty special. I think this is the biggest change of your life. All right. We see fire, 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 lots of fire. We see a little bit of water back here. This is the water I think we got to recycle. We got to turn it into gasoline. We got to turn the water into wine or gas, you know. What we don't see is any air energy, okay? Because I think that you are still trying to formulate the plan. You're still trying to think, and maybe this whole reading here, maybe all these cards collectively are what's taking place inside the mind, your mind, as you consider all aspects of this, and we're trying to decide, do I take this Ace of Wands and give it to the princess to run with? Maybe this is a picture, a snapshot of you sort of thinking and considering the different aspects of the inspiration, of this option for you, this opportunity that you have, right, to change your life forever. Yeah, it's a big change. You should think about it. So I think that's the reason why we don't see any swords cards, is because we are the sword card, right? So we see no air energy, then we see a little bit of earth and earth. This is some earth here. You know, a lot of good stuff going on. I think this is great. The devil card, as we know, is your ambition. It's your endurance. This is your generative drive. And I think part of what you're considering, if we think that the whole reading itself is you holding the sword and trying to, like, it's almost like you have a little pointer, you know, that you're at the chalkboard and you're sort of pointing at different things and you're thinking, okay, what about this one? Let's think about this. Well, this is maybe your motivation for doing it. You got to think now, it's going to be a lot of work, right? You know, you're capable of hard work. Is this something that you're going to do because it just feels good, right? Is this a pleasure drive, right? Is this an aggressive drive? Are you just trying to prove something, right? Or is this something that is really going to improve the quality of life for yourself and others? Is this going to be a transcendence of your present circumstances? Is this going to be an improvement of life, right? And the thing is, the devil card is all of these things. It's pleasure drive, it's aggressive drive, it's generative drive. But one is going to be a little bit more prominent than the others, okay? And it's not saying that one is right and one is wrong, or the other one's right or wrong, or whatever. But it's just you thinking about this. And again, you have your little laser pointer or whatever, and you're saying, okay, now, in terms of the driving force behind this inspiration, why do I want to do it? It's for the generative drive, aggressive drives, and creative drives all together, but in which proportion, right? It's a question you got to ask yourself. With the ace here, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but this is a new path in life. This is a new era for you, okay? It seems as if you are standing right in front of the Eon card, the fiery doorway card that we have. And you're just about to jump through this doorway and make this huge change in your life. But you're wondering about all these different things. Okay? This is the sword card. This is the sword's energy going from here to here. Having the inspiration and then jumping through that doorway and doing the thing, right? But we know that if we're going to do that, we have to consider the death card. The death card is slow, gradual change. Maybe this is what you're used to. Maybe you're used to things not being so abrupt and life-changing and quick and all in the same moment, kind of, all at once, kind of rushing through this fiery doorway. You're used to things sort of gradually getting better, gradually improving, gradually getting, what you want in life, whatever it is. This seems a little bit drastic. This, it seems, is more of a tower moment than a slow, gradual evolution of something. Okay, so that's something for you to consider. If you're going to be, how do you handle very abrupt change in your life? Okay, really getting perhaps onto a new path, changing careers, just up and relocating your life or something along those lines. Death card is usually very slow, right? We could be in connection with our Queen of Cups in the background, where he said there has to be some energy recycled. This is that recycling, right? And if we take these two cards together, this is kind of a slow, drawn-out breakup, right? Whereas this is, I'm going to take it right off like a Band-Aid, just, to the point. I'm just going to meet, we're going to say, that's it, it's over, I'm done, bye, right? This is kind of a slow thing, right? And it's taking a lot of energy to keep something going, even though we're sort of moving away from something. It's going to take a long time before the proportion of energy from that thing to this new thing is going to be fully transferred, because we're slowly siphoning it away. Right? And we're slowly pulling back from something else. I don't know if this is a person. I'm not saying that you're breaking up with somebody, maybe. Or this is the job, right? This is something at one point you really liked, loved maybe even, really wanted, enjoyed, gave a lot of energy to. And now it feels as if you know that in order to do this new thing, this new path, go through this fiery doorway into your future, you're going to have to take your energy and your attention away from this and give it to the new thing. Now, are you going to do this slowly and gradually over the course of a year? I'm slowly going to start transferring all my stuff to the new job or whatever. Or I'm slowly going to just be pulling away from the relationship. Or is it just going to be, hey, I quit. Just like that. That's up to you. That's a question you have to ask. Okay? And that's something that you got your sword, and I don't have a knife or anything here, but you got your laser pointer, and you're asking yourself these questions. How am I gonna get out of this thing? How am I gonna reclaim the energy? Because see, this here, the Death card, that's Recyclops, right? This is the great recycler of life, of energy. Okay, it's the process of change. Nature doesn't waste anything. Everything is reclaimed, recycled, reused, right? And so it's this. We know that if we're going to focus on this new thing and give it all we've got, if we're going to run with it, if we're going to just let it loose, if we're going to let it rip, I need to reclaim all the energy that I'm spending over here. Maybe it's money, maybe it's emotional energy, maybe it's time, effort, whatever this is. Okay, put down my pointer. We're also considering, with the 9 of Pentacles, is this leading you to your best life? Well, the 9 of Pentacles is saying, yeah, this is probably pretty close, right? It's also asking you the question, if you do let this rip, what measurement are you going to use to determine if this is working or not, if this is successful? What is progress going to look like for you? We're climbing the mountain. Remember the mountain goat, climbing the mountain. You put it in front of the mountain, it's going to keep climbing. When are you going to tell it to stop? How much is going to be enough, right? Because again, like we said, if you reclaim all your energy and you start climbing the mountain, success is where you say it is. The peak of the mountain, the summit of the mountain is where you say it is. It's wherever you stop. That's the goal. Okay? So with this, this is something ongoing. This is gain, right? This is the success that keeps on succeeding, and there's no limit here. It's just, this is a machine. This is a verb. This is the way you're living your life. This is the process of it all. So is there an end game? That's the idea. Is there an end, a goal? Is there a finish line to this? There doesn't need to be. We can keep pursuing, this goal or this particular career choice or whatever this is. We could just keep going until we can't go no more. Or we can say, all right, well, I'll know when it's time. And maybe that's it. Maybe, we don't have any other water cards here, which I kind of feel like we should have another cup somewhere, right? Because maybe we realize that we can't choose an arbitrary goal and just say, okay, once I get to 10,000 feet, that's it, that's the goal. No, because maybe you'll get to 10,000 feet and you'll say, this is nothing. I can't stop now. Or maybe you'll get to 9,999.999 and you'll say, this was enough. I can't go another step. I don't want to go another step. I'm fully satisfied with this. So it's something that we're going to have to leave it open-ended. And that's why it's a 9 and not a 10, right? Because we don't know the goal yet. And eventually we will be done with this path too, and that energy will be reclaimed. And the whole cycle will start over again, and we'll be right back to the next big idea in life. Now, this could be the big idea. This could be your great work. This could be your life's work. Takes you all the way to your end of days. That's okay. But if it's not, then we start the process over again, right? I don't think this is your first rodeo. I don't think I'm telling you anything new. When we're looking at the 7, this is you flexing, right? This is you flexing. This is you wanting to feel how strong you are. You want there to be some opposition. You want this mountain to be steep. You want it to have some rugged terrain. Because then you know that all that exercise, all that time in the gym, right, was worth it, because now you're using it all. All those hours that you spend watching the videos on YouTube, learning how to do something, well, now you get to use it, right? All those weights you lifted at the gym, now you really have to lift the weight. Now you really have to pull yourself up this hill, okay? So to be capable of doing something is a lot different than doing it, And this is you doing it. This is you putting in the work. And this is another question in the future. As you climb this mountain, is this something that are you capable of it, for one thing? And I think that's a really big question. Do we want to do this new path? We've got this Ace of Wands. Do we want to start this new future? Go through this fiery doorway. Things are going to be different. Do you got what it takes? Right? Do you have the stamina? What if the odds are against you? What if the difficulties are really severe? Sorry, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet this morning. I've been filming for 4 hours now. This is you almost enjoying the challenge more than the rewards of the challenge, okay? But I think the rewards, obviously we need them too. And I think the rewards in this one, we've got this earth energy, we've got the visible, the 9 of Pentacles, the visible signs of progress. You are going to be achieving something. You are going to be getting paid for what you do or whatever it is. There's going to be physical rewards, okay? There's going to be a physical benefit, let's say. The 7 of Wands, of course, is you enjoying the process of using your strength. Yeah. We got to ask ourselves if we're capable of achieving what we're setting out to do. Okay. I don't know why Spirit's saying that there's some scary experience about you being in a cave or something, or like a hole. I don't know what that is. I feel like it's a cave or some sort of a cavern or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, Path of the Serpent. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's totally free and it supports the channel, and I do appreciate that. All right. Win-win situation here. So your general energy then is the Eight of Wands. This can be a little bit of anxiety. Kind of feels like we've got the jazz hands sometimes. Kind of feels like we're tap dancing barefoot on the shag carpet. You feel antsy. You got ants in your pants. You want to do something. It's kind of like, and I think that maybe this is part of your motivation in a way. Because in this situation, we're getting anxious. It feels like, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I don't want to be here anymore. Okay? But we have to ask ourselves a question here too. Are you pursuing this because this is your will, this is your love, your inspiration, this is what you want, absolutely, 1,000%, you're fired up about this? Or is this just meant to not be this, right? And that's why we've got the Eight of Wands here. We have to ask the questions, why this direction? Well, because it's not here, that's why. Or because that's what I need, that's what I want, that's my will, that's what I'm supposed to do, that's my future, that is my destiny, So again, it's kind of going back to the motivations or the reasons, or are we just sort of rebelling against something else? Or is this really, really what we want? Okay. Because the, Spirit's saying that you have a lot of great ideas. There are a lot of different paths that you could take. Why this one? Right? Why this one? Let's look at the environment card. Is the universe card. Things seem to be slow around you. You've got this very speedy, anxious energy, but things around you seem slow. There is even this sort of slowness that you're used to with the death card here, right? And the universe, it's sort of saying that there's this delay, and it's just, I almost wonder if this situation here was perhaps something that just was too slow moving for you. That their energy, if this is a person, they didn't match your energy level. If this is a job, there just wasn't enough opportunity for advancement. Climbing the corporate ladder here was going to take way too long. So you're motivated to move. You've got the ants in your pants, right? I think that this is also a little bit of wanderlust in you. I think this is you literally kind of, these two cards together, literally wanting something different, literally wanting to explore, wanting some diversity. Saying there's a big world out there. Why limit yourself to this little section, especially if you're not feeling it anymore? You have this anxiety that kind of you need to move, you need to travel, right? So it's kind of, this is a card that says you don't want the limits, you don't want the boundaries. You're trying to see what else is out there. Okay. And this is a card too that sometimes is us looking for a home, looking for a place where we belong, looking for our people, because it's cold vastness of space, right? This is sort of, it seems like you're standing here and you're looking at the world around you and everything, that shot, how they do that in movies sometimes? I don't know how they do it, but when you're looking like through somebody's eyes or whatever, like first person kind of camera, shot, and the room just like it's further back, like space just like expands, That's what I feel like with this card. I feel like that's kind of you looking at life and everything's getting further and further away. You're further and further away from this person or this job or the people around you. And it's in an expanding universe, we're not doing nobody's moving, right? But somehow we're getting further away from each other. We're not getting closer. We're getting further away. There's more alienation. There's more distance. There's more space between stars here. Okay? And that's enough to give us some anxiety. Not that we're agoraphobic, but that we realize that if things keep going the way they're going, we're not going to even see another star. It's going to be black out there when we look, at the night sky. So it gives us this sense of anxiety, this existential anxiety. I've got to do something now before I can't even see another star out there, and I wouldn't even know which way to go if I wanted to find one. So it's this growing sense of, I better find my place in the world. I better make some friends. I better have a family. I better do what I want to do. I better get closer to myself, closer to my destiny, closer to God. I better establish myself. Before the space, or time gets too expansive. Okay. And I can relate. The older I get, the harder it is for me to make friends, like personal friends, close friends, And the older you get, it kind of seems like time's running out. Like I better do it now or I'm not going to have any, So I think you're kind of looking for other people that are on the same page. You're looking for your people. And if you're this sort of fiery Ace of Wands right now, this Queen of Cups is not your cup of tea right now. You're not feeling this, and that's okay. Right? We're looking at the Queen of Pentacles here, and when you're here on the path of the dove, this is the card you don't want. Okay? When we're over here, we don't want to look at the past. We don't want to get nostalgic for where we have been, because no, we're looking at this doorway to the future. Right? So we're trying to ignore that card while we're here, because we're saying, I got this fiery doorway in front of me. I need to go forward, and I don't need something pulling me back where I was. Right? But once we get over here and we realize some of our motivation and kind of what we're doing, and what we want to do and why, we're confronted with this card again, and now this becomes the card of what we need. Okay? And what we need is to remember where we've been and to learn from all of our choices. This is a retrospective. This is the event horizon of the black hole. You're just about to go through that doorway. And suddenly, your whole life is flashing before your eyes. In an instant, in a moment, from birth all the way till now, you're looking at everything you've ever done, everybody every thought, word, and deed, everything that's ever happened. Your life is just playing now before your eyes. And it's just an infinite moment as you're sort of going through the doorway. It's that event horizon, And it allows us to see the purpose. It allows us to trace our life back, and see how every choice we've ever made has led us to this moment. So we can appreciate this moment, we can appreciate everything we've ever been through, and we can understand in a real way, is this a yes or a no? Is this right or wrong? And if we need to, at this moment, we can turn back from the doorway. Or we can say, life has been building up to this, and we allow ourselves to fall right into this Princess of Wands. And we're often running. We're letting her rip. We're hitting the ground, running forward with this new life, this new passion, this new will, this new love, new career, new relationship, whatever it is. It's the biggest change of your life. And you should take this infinite moment to ask yourself these questions and think about these energies and look at all of these cards. You are the sword right now. And that's why we don't have any swords cards, because you are the sword. And you're analyzing all of this stuff to know, and this is the infinite moment between, I got the inspiration, I'm taking the action. This is will to action, fire to fiery earth, right? So this is happening in just a flash. But all these things, it's been a half an hour already. We should look at the mystery card. And I feel like you needed this time out. You needed this pause, this infinite moment right now before you make this decision. Look at all these cards and these energies. Think about these things, and then do it. Okay? Let's see what this card says. I don't know. Water energy. I want water. That's it. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Yeah, 10 of Cups. The happiest life. The dream come true. All of the bliss. All of the love. This is the happy life, the picture of your happiest life. And this is such gratitude that you have. This is where you belong. You got your pets, your plants, your people. This is your community. This is your land. You found your place in life. You've established yourself. You got roots. This is it. This is where you're supposed to be. This is where you're going to be truly happy. Okay? So leap through that doorway and change your life. And I'm going to cry. This is so nice. This is so good. I couldn't have asked for a better mystery card. What I can ask for is for you to join me at the extended reading, which we're going to do right now. Click on the link up here or down below. New readings for Gemini, usually Mondays and Fridays. This is a special update for you. Okay? Very special update for you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we are all in this together.